I find myself on a train home. I feel drained. Inspiration doesn't come easy. Mind is empty. I try to reflect, trying to access the anger I know should be there. But I feel nothing. Numb. The pain is gone. Just some disappointment lingers. Stages of grief that played out in a repetitive cycle over months. Anger, bargaining, disappointment, back to anger. The cycle is shorter each time until it flattened into this. Nothing. I need to realign, find a new task, a new purpose that drives me. The recognition that what I had isn't there anymore. Whatever meaning I'd constructed, whatever goal I was working toward, gone. Or never real to begin with. Hard to tell the difference from here. Working in a group towards a common goal and reaching it is one of the most rewarding feelings one can strive for. When it works, when everyone actually shares the goal, when competence is valued, when effort leads to outcome, when the team functions as more than the sum of the individuals avoiding responsibility. That feeling, that's what makes work bearable. Meaningful even. The collective achievement, the shared victory. If it's hampered, undermined or corrupted by idiocy, greed, feminine chaos and ignorance, the pain becomes unbearable. And it always gets corrupted. By people who don't share the goal, who have their own agenda, who see the team as a vehicle for personal rather than collective achievement. By incompetence that refuses to acknowledge itself. By emotional decision-making disguised as intuition. By the refusal to face facts because facts are uncomfortable. I know it's just a job. I shouldn't care personally. The common advice. The rational perspective. It's just a paycheck, just a role. Don't invest emotionally. Don't tie your identity to it. Maintain boundaries. Protect yourself. But is that not the structural issue we all face, everywhere? The indifference we are supposed to cultivate as self-protection? The detachment required to survive systems designed to extract rather than create? The indifference enforced by rigid structures? Bureaucracy that kills innovation? Don't care too much. Don't invest too deeply. Don't expect change. Just execute. Just comply. Just collect a paycheck and go home. That's the path to survival. It's also the path to becoming exactly like the people who created the dysfunction in the first place. Company internal promotion is almost impossible. The observation everyone makes but nobody says in meetings. The pattern everyone sees but pretends not to notice. External hires for leadership positions, internal people kept in place. Plateaued. Told to be patient, to wait their turn, to develop more, to gain more experience. While less qualified people get hired from outside at higher levels because they don't know enough to threaten anyone yet. Why promote the most qualified, the most threatening, if you can get someone aligned to corporate speak? The logic is clear once you see it. Competence is dangerous. Knowledge is threatening. Someone who knows what they're doing might point out what's not working, might question decisions, might demonstrate that the people above them are less capable. Better to hire someone new. Someone shackled by probation, by fear of speaking up during the critical first months. Someone who needs to prove themselves, who won't rock the boat, who will nod and agree and execute without questioning. Someone who only sees the facade and continues to project it until he also becomes aware of reality. By then it's too late. They're invested. They've made the compromises. They've learned the language. They have become part of the system. They might have questions from the outside. Corrupted. The cycle perpetuates itself. Someone who mastered the art of saying much but actually nothing. Corporate speak as a survival skill. The ability to talk for 30 minutes in a meeting without making a single concrete statement. Without committing to anything, without taking any position that could later be held against you. Words as camouflage. Language as protection. Communication as the opposite of clarity. Tasks can be outsourced and kept on those that hope for more. The real work gets delegated down. To the people who still care, who still try, who still believe that effort will be recognized, that contribution will be rewarded, that doing good work matters. They carry the burden, while those above them manage the appearance of leadership. Money wasted as much as trust of those that actually care or could have made a difference. Both resources finite, both squandered systematically. The budget blown out on consultants who repeat what the internal people have already said. On initiatives that everyone knows will fail. On appearance over substance. And the trust, the goodwill, the willingness to invest extra effort, to care beyond the minimum, burn through, wasted, gone. I rush on a fixed rail home. A train, a fixed path, no deviation possible. The route determined, the destination preset. Just movement along a predetermined track toward a predetermined endpoint. A short break before I have to continue to the next meeting where we discuss how to best delegate responsibility. Not how to take responsibility, how to delegate it, how to distribute it, how to ensure that when things fail, no single person can be held accountable. More meetings on how to avoid accountability disguised as teamwork. I already moved on, made up my mind. The decision is made, the line is crossed. The commitment to leave already formed even if the action hasn't happened yet. Mentally departed, physically still present, the gap between decision and execution. I have silently resigned. That's what's draining me. I'm lost in transition from one job to the next. Not lost in the job itself, lost in the space between, the liminal state. Knowing I'm leaving but not having left. Having decided but not having acted. Still forced to keep up appearances, sacrificing authenticity. The performance continues even if I've stopped believing in it. The facade maintained, the role played, the engagement simulated. Because leaving requires planning, requires time, requires maintaining the appearance of commitment until the actual exit is possible. That's what drains me. That's what's actually asked for. Not competence, not results, not contribution, but the appearance of performance. The simulation of engagement. The energy spent maintaining the illusion, that's the real cost. Worse than that, some actually play the game meticulously. Not everyone is just surviving, some are actively playing, strategically, calculating each move, each alliance, each position. Strategically plan their moves, drain others' energy for their own benefit to shove them off the cliff at an opportune moment. Corporate politics as blood sport, using others as stepping stones, waiting for the right moment to strike, inserting themselves to undermine, to take credit or assign blame as advantageous. I could deal with it if it wouldn't be played cowardly. That's the part that makes it unbearable. Not the competition, not the ambition, the cowardice, the anonymous undermining, the behind-the-back maneuvering, the smile in the meeting followed by a knife in the back. If they played openly at least, there'd be honesty in it. But they don't. They hide. They pretend friendship while planning betrayal. The train rushes through a misty countryside. It's a cold and grey autumn day. Outside the windows, fields, trees, mist hanging low, everything grey, everything cold. Autumn in its late stage, past the color, past the beauty, in the decay phase. A perfect reflection of where I am in my journey. Not spring, not summer, not even autumn with its vibrant colors. Late autumn, the death phase before winter. Everything dying, everything grey, everything cold. It's hostile. Exposure would kill you. Step outside without preparation and the cold would be dangerous. The environment turned hostile. What was comfortable months ago now requires protection. Layering, defense against the elements. The leaves once green, then brilliant colors, now brown, dead, falling, covering the ground. Beautiful in their own way, but unmistakably dead. Decay as aesthetic, preserved until winter completes the cycle. And winter's coming, fast. The recognition, the next phase approaching, colder, harsher, more hostile, less forgiving. I'm in transition, still on a train maintaining appearances, moving on fixed rails towards the next destination.